who do you want to go? So I'll take Deck. We always said Deck. He says, I'll take Deck. What is that?
Yeah.
You know, Janet's like, Jack was like, oh, yeah, thanks a lot. I'll be sus. But he had some. Look at the people in the barn. The barn men.
Oh, jeez. What a cast of characters. Oh, man. It was.
Look at all the stuff they had to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
All that went on. And
Right.
Remember
10 books.
Yeah.
from the barn and the
Yeah.
animals.
What was the guy? Val. His name was Val. Some relation again. And he had horses there. And in my grandfather's barn, and there was a barnyard. And he came in, and his harness was down on the ground in the manure. And he said to him, "Is that my harness?" I said, "That's your harness, Valley." He didn't pick it up.
Yeah.
Okay, that's your harness. Then we said that for
Yeah.
50 years. Yeah, that's your harness.
Yeah.
They were quick as a wink.
You know, one of the characters that would actually sleep up the hayloft, this is back off, was Jack Dempsey, the boxer. Jack Dempsey. My dad actually remembers him as a kid. Ed Hickses. Because in those days he was a journeyman boxer, and he would actually ride, and he didn't want to spend the money on a ticket, so he'd ride under the carriage on the trains. And he'd go from town to town. Of course, Valley Arena down in Holyoke was a big venue.
That's what it was. Valley.
Yeah. Big venue. And Dempsey was, back in his pug days when he was just, yeah. And so, he would go to my grandfather. My grandfather would let him sleep up in the hayloft.
Wow.
My dad remembers that. No. He was an Irishman, but he wasn't from Holyoke. But what was funny, I think he was from someplace in New York State, wasn't he? But when me and my dad were down, I don't know if I think Joe might have been with us. We were down in New York City, and Jack Dempsey on Times Square had a nice restaurant. Big steakhouse. And we walked up there, and Dempsey was standing in the door. He remembered my dad and gave us a free steak dinner.
Wow.
Good one, 2 porterhouse, that thick.
That's cool.
Yeah, well, my father, after he was champ, he saw him in Holyoke, next to him in the car. He said, Jack Dempsey, and he gave my father a little pair of boxing gloves, but he gave it to some girl. So my father gave them away.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Should have held on to those.
Morris was actually a boxing manager.
Really?
Yeah, my Uncle Morris. He was in his young days. He was a good fighter himself.
Yeah.
And he managed a boxer.
Was it Venus?
No, Venus was a boxer too.
Oh, yeah.
Venus was supposed to be really good at it.
Yeah.
And my dad was a good boxer too in his young days. Oh yeah, Dad was like a Golden Gloves boxer, that kind of thing, amateur.
Yeah. I don't think of the Hickses as fighters. It's kind of
Well, a lot of the gypsy men were fighters.
okay.
Yeah, they were they kind of took life easy, but the fighting they could do, they would do that. Because for a short time you're putting out effort, and then the rest of the time you're like,
I would think they would be the type to hurt people.
You wouldn't think that, but they didn't look at it as hurting people.
Yeah, it's a
the other
sport.
guys trying to hurt you too.
It's sport.
Sport,
And I'll tell you,
the sweet science.
I'll tell you, I wouldn't want to get your father on the wrong side of him.
Yeah.
He had a fight with a man several years younger than him. Not long before he died.
Wow.
I saw my dad. Well, this guy he had bought some furniture from us, and this guy decided he was going to pull a fast one on Dad and say, "That's not the couch I bought from you. It was a better one." He saw a better one, and Dad said, "No." I said, "This is right on the slip. It's got the number right here." And so then he started talking, guys are, Dad was 65, almost 66, and this guy was like in his early 50s, 54. He did kind of look older, I will say this, But I was like 30, so they all looked older, But he started. He said to my dad, he said, "Well," he said, "I'll tell you, if I were a little younger, I would knock you right over that wall." His dad said, "Well, how old do you think I am?" His dad said, "You want to go at it?" He started going at him. He goes, "Dad, knock the guy over the wall."
You know what I remember?
You're lucky when you get sued.
Yeah.
You know, in the block you had the heaters, the radiators, and the things that get stuck there. And so your father came over. He took the thing right off.
He would do that. He would do that with faucets and everything.
Oh,
Break
yeah.
away. He had huge hands. He had hands like shovels. And when he grabbed a hold of him, he grabbed a hold of me, boy. I did not go anywhere. I was like,
I got a feeling, yeah, I know.
I could not move.
Well, he wasn't this, but he wasn't small.
He was like, what, 5'9", 5'10", something like
yeah,
that.
something.
And Maury were about the same height.
I'd say, yeah.
Yeah.
Maury was basically like a clone of his dad, I think. They look really similar. Like, you see, look at their pictures side by side.
He looked a lot like Grandpa.
Yeah. Definitely the most out of the brothers.
Grandpa was a great guy. He was a patriarch. Yeah. When I think of the Old Testament patriarchs, my grandfather Job Hickses comes into my mind.
Well, there's a whole book dedicated to him.
Right, yeah.
And you know what I think when I think of him? The horses try to come to my horses or put horses in the truck. And one I really remember is, a young lad was he didn't know what he was doing. He's going to come up, and he's going crazy. The horse is going crazy. And, Grandma's sitting against the barn on the chair.
Do that, yeah.
Smoking a pipe. And so the guy couldn't get anywhere with it. He got up. He said, took the horse. Grandma walked it down the alley a little bit. Came back, walked the next one. Never forget. That's the way they did it.
Right. My dad was that way too. My dad was not afraid of any horse. So we would walk in one time. We had gone down to the furniture show down in Boston. And on the way back, I think we were maybe Saugus, someplace like that. We happened to notice one of the Budweiser horse stables. Budweiser has several across the country with the big horses. And Dad drove us down there. He walked in like he owned the place. He walked up to these horses, giant Clydesdales. He was looking at their mouths and everything like that. And the head trainer was like, "He bites." Dad said, "He won't bite me." He won't bite me. All the horses were all older horses because they wanted that because they,
Stable too.
yeah, because he knew how to pull the wagon and everything like that. But we looked at those horses. Another time we were at the Eastern States Exposition and Roy Rogers was there. Dad again walked right into the paddock. And we actually met Roy Rogers. Yeah, we met Roy Rogers. And Dad, of course, is looking at the horses. They had 6 different triggers. One was never reared up. It was just for going in parades. And the other 5, he would, his trademark was rearing up a horse. That's bad for horses. And so none of them could walk straight because of that. Their hind legs were all splayed out. Dad kind of lost a little respect for Rogers because of that. Even though the horses were well cared for, and Mr. Rogers, he was a nice man.
But it must have been the same time. I was at the Eastern States with the horse, with Roy Rogers, and the barn man was taking care of him. And there was a bunch of us looking at him. And he said, "Mr. Rogers never got any manure on his shoe."
Yeah.
Never got any manure on his
No.
shoe.
He wasn't a real cowboy. He was from Ohio. He was from Southern Ohio. What he was he had a fairly good singing voice. Out west, he became a singing cowboy. And that's what he was. Yeah. Dale Evans, she was the second wife, Dale Evans.
Did your grandfather have the Clydesdale? What did you call them?
He didn't care for Clydesdales. Belgians.
But they were the big.
They're big.
There was Clydesdales.
Down again, the Clydesdales, Percherons, the others. But
When I was a little girl, I remember going to an aunt's. My They were related to my father. And we went to from Northampton, and we had a barn. And we went to walk in the barn, and there was this huge horse with these huge. They were farm horses, but they were those kind you're talking about. So but I ran out of that barn and I was going again. They're so huge.
Oh, they're big. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember being set up as a little kid. Being set up on top of one. It was like you're like 10 miles up in the air. You know, it's scary.
But I remember the auction on Wednesday in the alley.
Yeah.
And there's a Polish man and his daughter. His daughter, who was just wild. He said that she'd like to ride a horse. And there was a saddle horse, big horse. All right, saddle him. And they did. And this girl got up on the horse. And Grant had his straw hat. Bang, go to it. And the horse shot like out of a gun. And one of the things I really remember, a little man down Griffin, I think, with his guard tomato. The horse went through that, he just saw tomato. And your father, and in the station wagon, we got the horse she fell off the horse on the Highland Laundry. Luckily, we had to go get the horse downtown Hartford. I remember I was holding the horse driving downtown Hoyle.
I was gonna say that's an awfully long way to run. Yeah.
They never forgot. I can see her.
So the big girl was riding the horse. And he did that to her? He hit the horse with his...
Well, he didn't do it to me. He just said, go. I mean, he didn't run a kill her, but the horse took off. Boy,
without any instructions on how to slow the horse down.
I guess
He
not.
could have been saved or whatever.
Well, yeah, but back in the day.
Back then, people weren't quite that touchy like you are now. Yeah, that's right.
She wanted to ride the horse. Yeah. At your own risk,
Yeah. But a lot of the farmers, though, because of the hilliness and because tractors back then in the 50s and even the early 60s were really not that reliable on hills, they would actually preferred horses up and down the valley. Yeah, they were much more safer to use.
I must have been 10 or so when I went to that farm. In Northampton.
Yep. Yeah, we used to see them. In fact, we used to go the whole back way up to my mother's home place up there in New York State, up along the Hudson. And we'd go through Savoy and places like that, up on the other side of Adams and North Adams. It was a wonderful road. And you'd see farmers all the time plowing with horses. And we're talking right into the 60s. But they didn't have the compensation suspension on tractors then that they do now, that can actually handle a hill and not be a danger of really tumbling over. See, and of course in New England you got to plow where you can plow.
Yeah, and then they used them. They still do it for logging. Logging, there's still horses can still do a better job.
Yeah, they can get into places tractors can't go.
That's right. Yeah. Boy, there was some great things about it.
The characters that would come in there. Now, the political part of it was over with by the time we were. But you actually, what it's now, when you walk into the furniture store, the part you walk into was the arena. And that's where they held the indoor sales. And they also held political rallies.
When your grandfather even ran for office a couple times, didn't he?
He was an alderman.
He didn't win, though.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Oh, he did? Oh, okay, never mind. I thought I heard he didn't, but okay.
No, what he did was he decided to run for county commissioner. And for some reason, he decided to run both as a Republican and a Democrat.
That's an interesting method. No.
He didn't win.
No.
An independent guy won.
Yeah.
No, and I understand that. Back then, they say he could have gone if he wanted.
He could have been mayor.
He could have been mayor.
Oh, he could have been mayor. Yeah. He
Almost a given it.
He was really into politics. He understood. When I was a kid, my parents talked politics. And, when people come to visit, they would talk politics all the time.
It's weird to think of Grandma Hicks talking politics.
Well, back then she didn't talk. She really didn't.
Yeah.
But they would talk politics. They'd speculate if if he speculated if Harry Truman was going to run again.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
remember
yeah.
them speculating about that. And of course, he didn't.
Yeah,
He knew he'd lose.
yeah, yeah. You would.
No, just say hi to Alice. I'm ready to go.
Who is?
Well, he's with her. Like they're together, so she's not leaving until he's leaving.
Yeah, and I don't know who's taking us, actually.
It might have to be me,
All right. Okay.
which is no big deal.
Because she's probably worried about that.
Yeah.
You know what I remember? One of the options one night. A guy on the water from somewhere. He collapsed in the office. And anyway, he was full of worms. He was full of worms.
That's disgusting.
Oh, man.
That's really disgusting.
Oh,
Wow.
Absolutely.
I remember being in the old office that's now actually part of the store. It used to be the showroom part of the store, actually. But my grandfather had a potbelly stove. And even when he was, we're talking 80-something, he would break boards over his knees and toss them in there. He'd stay warm. He could be huddled up with a cigar or his pipe.
And he put his hand right into it.
Right, yeah, he put his hand right in, yeah.
He put his hand in.
Oh, no, he was.
Where was he? Where was he from? Was he after local or?
He was actually up from
Well, he was born in like what, East Brookfield or something?
Montague.
Yeah.
Montague, Mass. And north.
Yeah, sure.
And his father, he was actually trained to be a butcher. Yep. One of the many strings to his bow. Him and another man actually owned a butcher shop. And it was on the corner of Thorpe and Hampden Street.
How did he end up in Florida?
Well, what happened was family. Yeah,
His dad had built the property before
Right.
he was, like the year he was born, I think.
We found a deed from 1852. We found a quitclaim deed from 1852. So they were there for a while.
But like specifically the Holyoke property, they built it like the year Grandpa Job was born, I think. 1870 is what I'm told.
Yep.
So that property was already there. It's just your grandfather took it over when...
Well, it was people named Allen owned the property.
Yeah.
They bought it from the Allen. What used to be the carriage barn, which is gone now, that was the carriage barn to a mansion they had, where that block used to be. Remember that big block?
Block that's gone in the corner?
Yeah, it's gone.
I know. You guys will stop at Mel's if we're around the area. Mel's to pick up his
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I've ever been to Mel's, which is weird because it's right there.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, I haven't. I really
Still
haven't.
fantastic. It's not the same, but damn near.
Yeah.
Us kids, when we were teenagers, we used to go into Mel's and we just had an order of fries or Coke or something like that. And the booth, they had booths as you walked in. And then it's
Well, my grandfather used to say, call it smells. Because you could, you felt the smell. Definitely.
they used to do their own sauce.
Oh, I know.
And when they were cooking that sauce,
Yeah.
remember Butchie Dayhill worked for them for a while. Yeah.
You know, another thing, my grandfather.
Pardon?
The whole neighborhood must have had
Yes, you could
You could.
smell it all over.
And you know, another thing, in the alley there, there was a guy, I guess, on the block, and he had a little car, and he was always working on it. My grandfather said to him, "I've seen you on it. I've seen you under it. I've never seen you in it." And then I think also, whether it was he or you, someone said, "When you see a miserable man in a miserable car." Yeah.
Remember old Hunter's Garage?
Oh yeah.
Him and his son. Yeah. Charlie Hunter. And they had pinup pictures. There was like a back room. And of course, his kids would sneak in there to see the pinup girls. But the place was always, he himself was constantly dirty. And there was grease, and of course, no EPA. You know.
Hi, Reed. I'm sorry I'm staying so long.
It's okay.
Continue.
Yeah, it was taken over by a guy named Sacco, who was a little better mechanic. And but yeah, he had it for a year. Of course, then we bought the whole property. Cheap too. Oh, wow! I think we were like $650, something like that.
$650.
I think so. As we bought
Goodness
just
gracious.
a little.
I mean, I know
But
inflation.
We had bought the rest of it, but it was, his heirs just wanted to get rid of it.
Yeah.
One of the things to remember, Huey cutting the numbers out of a calendar to put on the horses. Yeah. Like 20, put the numbers in the auction so they were number 25.
Yeah.
And he cut them out of a big calendar.
I remember Huey's auctions. Those were a gas.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, what did he just auction off? Just anything? Like, how did he get?
It was new stuff.
New stuff. Okay. Did he get like?
He
how
was
did
like
he get
Big
this?
Lots.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like Ruby Vine before Ruby Vine.
Way before Ruby Wine. That's right.
I'm gonna pretend I know what Ruby Vine is.
Well, anyway, it's like he had, like.
He just like buy stuff and sell it.
No. For instance, the sporting store would go out of business.
Yeah.
And he'd buy.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
And then I was a runner, and then I realized, Dale, what's it, Earl and his the wife.
Marion.
Mary. They had the soda. Soda thing. Chips. And say boots. Have like 25 or 30 pair of them. And you'd start, so you'd auction one up. And I said, wait, she always buy the first one. It's the old shit. I figured it out. It took me a while. So we run that down, we put all the stuff, and then after the auction, we bring it all back. But she'd get the number where he wanted it, $395 or whatever, and then everyone else would buy them for them.
That's smart.
She was like a fourth cousin or something like that, but she was actually far more womanly than we were.
Okay.
I mean, she was the real thing. She looked like she walked out of India.
Yeah.
Because the Rodi people all came from northern India. And of course we intermarried with everybody. So we just, so we gathered all kinds of bosses. We rolled along. But she was the real thing. If she had a binti on her forehead and a sari, you'd say, yeah, right from India. Yeah. But she was not a well person. And she had a tendency to sit up in her kitchen. Yeah, right up there with the radio on. And if her kids would get away with murder, she'd say, "Stop that now, would she?" And he'd say, "I want a hamburger, Ma." He'd make himself a hamburger. It'd be 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, But she was great. Yeah, we loved her. And her husband was he was like a backwoodsman from up in Vermont. Sort of like a New England hillbilly. Absolutely. He collected all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
All kinds of, but Earl.
And what he would do was he'd hold on to it.
Yeah.
He'd hold on to all that stuff until the prices went up. So then he might have he rented garages. He had space. They actually rented half their house. What is now the old homestead. It was a duplex then, and they rented half of it, but they only used the 3 rooms downstairs. The upstairs, the cellar were loaded with all kinds of stuff.
All the cardboard.
When they moved, and they kind of, we wanted to do something with that property because we had, after my grandfather died, my dad ended up with the property. Paid off his brothers and all that. He got because it was heavy in debt. It was really, so we wanted to make the tops. We had actually hired an architect and make the whole top floor. And he helped do something. You fell down. Didn't you fall down through
Fell right through.
Yeah, fell right through. Owens.
We were taking the stuff out and where her bed right through. I went in the attic.
Right through. Yeah. Right through. I remember that. I remember that age. You were like 13 or 14. You were kind of stocky.
I mean, I know I fell through. I don't know what.
But I remember, it was like.
You know what? When I fell, there was a 4-poster bed that was right there.
Right there, yeah.
Literally, because where I fell.
Yeah. Could have been very unpleasant.
Yeah, it would have been difficult. sit down for a while. But,
Do you have any of? Oh, I'm sorry. So I was just I'm curious to ask you. I just had the thought. Like, do you have any of Uncle Connie's old paintings? Because I'm kind of curious to see those. So I might ask Carrie to like take photos of them for me because I want to see those.
Well, but I've got some drawings too.
Yeah.
But I got the one of the blacksmith.
It's huge. It's like 4 by
Oh yeah.
5.
Oh, you got this in the blacksmith. I wonder what happened to that.
My father. And you know what? That guy, I saw a picture of him. He didn't look like that. Looked like my grandfather.
Coolidge?
Gleason. His name was Gleason. He was a friend of Coolidge.
Coolidge.
Yeah.
When Coolidge was mayor of Northampton,
Yeah.
he used to go in there and talk to this guy because Coolidge's philosophy of government was an executive doesn't have to do anything unless there's a crisis. So he did very little. It's not that he wasn't a talkative man or a nice man or anything like that. It's just that
Silent
his thing
Cal.
was, but that's because he felt that anything a president said would be taken as policy.
Well, that's what Trump is worried about.
And right, and it's for some reason he didn't think it was the president's business to set policy. This was his own personal philosophy when he was governor of Massachusetts, when he was mayor of Northampton, when he was president, vice president. Vice president, he was totally out of the loop. He didn't know anything about the Teapot Dome scandal or anything like that. He was totally innocent.
Yeah.
So,
Well, what did they say? He went to a meeting. He was at a dinner.
yeah.
And someone bet someone.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, you said you win.
And he said that he won't say 3 words. And the guy bet him. And he said, "Oh well," he said, "You win."
But people privately said he was loquacious.
Your father, you gave him a fishing pole. Coolidge, your father in Northampton. No, your
My father used to work for the Boston Fruit
yeah,
Store.
and he brought stuff to him. He brought food, and he gave your father a fishing gear.
Oh, that's nice. That's a nice story.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
But what we say? Oh yeah, you know about the pistols, a gun club.
Oh, I remember that. That's a great story.
A gun club wanted to rent the little store up in the corner, near the barn. And so, my grandfather, you go talk to him. So he was talking to the guy, and he wanted to built a big, like a runway to shoot it.
Yeah.
And Huey said, "Oh, will there be pistol shooting?" I said, "Yeah, there'll be some pistol shooting." No, there won't.
We've been saying that ever since. My wife and I say that to each other. Some
There'll be
pistol
some,
shooting,
yeah.
yeah.
There'll be some. That's what he said.
No such thing as sub pistol shooting.
Yeah, there'll be some. And what was the other thing? I was just so many crazy things that happened in that little store. A lot of
A
stuff.
little story. You know that Aunt Ruth had a tailoring, dry cleaning establishment there for a while, and it was a flower shop. It was a fish and chip place, and the people were really, really dirty. We saw rats playing in the windows, so we had to get them out of there, And then we had some guys who were trying to make dope there. Yeah, they said they're in the fish food business, but what they're doing is they're trying to cook LSD. Yeah.
Nice cover.
Yeah.
Well, then another thing, Morris, a cop, whatever, is big Irish cop, and he'd go in the office. My grandma would be talking, and Morris would go in the house and get out and call the office.
Yeah.
And say, "Where's that son of a bee, that big Irishman?" He'd say, "Get him on the phone for me." So he'd come on the phone. "Yeah, what's up?" He said, "You're no good." And he said, "If I get my hands on you," it was some of the greatest stuff. It just got him crazy. And then also, there was a Chinese laundry in that.
Yeah.
And what was it? The story is they used to, I guess the man used to bring the woman out in a wheelbarrow to pray.
Well, here's
To pray to,
they are probably Muslims.
yeah,
They probably were Chinese Muslims. Here's the reason why they don't pray to the sun. There's no religion in China that prays to the sun. They always thought they were praying to the sun because what they're doing was they're facing Mecca. So they're facing the east. They do this 5 times a day. The women do it separately from the men. So naturally, what would they know? And these people did not speak English very well. It was right between what used to be Martin's drugstore in the house.
Yeah, right there, on the corner.
And that building's gone, of course, a long time ago. Gone before I was ever born. But yeah, that's my dad. I often, Huey came out with a wheelbarrow, scooped up the woman, and rode her whole around the yard like that.
Yeah.
And of course, today that'd be like,
and
you get all kinds of trouble for that.
Someone in that, I think it was then, the guy was sawing.
Yeah.
And Morris went and held the saw from the outside. They had to do things that were.
Well, those guys are pranks,
but
love to make pranks.
they were. Oh yeah. Morris. The other thing, he did a thing where when someone was really giving him baloney, he did a thing where he goes.
Yeah, you do that. Didn't you
do that? So I'm in there. There's a woman from Wyckoff Country Club. She wants to get her name on the golf bag. She wants to know how much a letter. So I'm standing behind her. He's facing me. And she starts to talk and he starts to do this. I couldn't stay in there. It was unbelievable. He would get me crazy. You couldn't stay. Because he would do that. Hey, I had no idea what the hell he was doing. He was funny, man.
Oh, he was awesome.
He was very funny.
He eventually moved down to the apartment you guys had.
Yeah.
So we had there was a couple of trees in that yard, and there was a swing in our store. And no air conditioning, it get really hot. So sometimes on a really hot, dull summer day, we'd go out on the swing. We'd no sooner get out there, but there'd be a phone call. And in those days, there's no such thing as no cell phones. There's no such thing as a caller ID or anything like that. Well, I know it stopped when Morris moved out. It stopped. That stopped happening when Morris moved out. Morris saw us outside. He'd make sure because we actually had a bell set up so you could hear the phone from the outside. You have to run in there. But it was Morris. Of course, it was Morris.
Oh, just doing this thing.
Yeah, just doing this thing. Yeah. And when he wasn't there, like he was gone up to Maine or something like that, that never happened then. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Cat's away, the mice will play, right?
So something.
He always had a better clam place up in Maine.
Oh, whenever he had either a turkey, it was always the best ever. Every Thanksgiving, the best. And whenever what was it?
Where's that clam shack? Before you went to the doctor, right? Was it on the left? The clam shack?
No, Kenny. I mean, the clam shack is Kenny Bunker on the bridge.
No. But where's the one you went for? What was that? The one you went for. On Route 1.
Oh.
On the left, as you put the
L's. Yeah, it's still there. But the best ever was Woody's
right on Northampton Beach.
My dad's favorite.
Beach.
It's gone.
Oh yeah, it's been gone for my whole life.
For a year. But that was I never liked. Finally, I tried it, and boy, they were different than anything.
Because she used a 5-step batter. She was actually a Northampton woman, and Peter met her and talked to her, and he told her, he says, "Yeah, I use a 5-step batter on this." So that's like, wow. I don't even do that when I fry stuff.
They were different. They were special.
I don't know what a 5-step batter would be, but boy, it sounds pretty good. But
different.
But Morris is the one that actually discovered that place. So then later on, he say, "Woody's that all good. I got a better place than that. L's. You want to go to L's?"
Yeah, I know.
He'd always lead you farther up the coast.
Oh yeah.
You'd have to be Nova Scotia by the time he got done,
Get in the car.
He was, yeah. He one time told Dad had roof leaks, and of course we were contemplating getting DeCarly roofers to work on it. He said, "You don't want them taking off that roof, putting on a new one. You want Kypo, Kypo. You spread that on your roof, it'll be fine. Kypo, Kypo." So we asked him. Dad even called Haberman's Hardware. He asked the guy. Nobody ever heard of Kypo.
Let's go running back and forth. She's funny. Motors all the way back there.
That's my Aunt Linda's granddaughter.
Yes.
Who is it?
That's Maya Davio.
It's Maya Davio.
Yes.
Oh, Maya.
She's Linda's granddad.
Yeah.
Linda.
My Aunt Linda passed away. Yeah. It's her granddaughter.
Is that her father?
No, that's her uncle.
Her father is Peter.
Her father's over there.
Yeah. Yeah, her father's Peter.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Isn't she a darling?
And she
So
takes
that's not
off.
his son?
Yeah, that's Kevin. Kevin has 2 sons and a daughter.
She says, I gotta go.
Run as fast as little legs can go.
So many grandkids and cousins to keep up with and all that.
Oh my goodness, it's a bunch.
Crazy. You've got what, 8?
Yeah.
7 or 8? Yeah, I thought so.
8 of them right there.
And the oldest one's 18 or almost 18, right?
Yeah, they're 18 in July.
Wow.
Graduated.
Graduated.
Going off to college.
Wow. Which one?
He's going to UConn.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
I mean, he got a nice offer. You know,
Hi, bye, Robbie.
Will it be
got
the
a
Stores
nice
campus?
offer there. Huh?
The Stores campus?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He looked all over. The one he really liked was Fordham in New York because he wanted to be near a city.
Yeah.
And it's a great college. But it was like $67,000.
Oh, they're so expensive. Yeah.
And there was Hofstra on Long Island. He liked that too. Not as much because there was not much of a city there. But they offered him $30,000. But it still, what he would have
Still
to
a
pay would
lot,
be a lot
yeah.
more than UConn.
I mean, like, I feel like if you have a good college near you, then you.
And UConn has
do
become
that.
excellent.
Oh,
Yeah, because
mean-
people are going more to those the universities in their state because they're cheaper than any other college.
Yeah.
I don't know how a lot of people can afford to go.
Some of them
And,
can't.
I think it leaves a lot of kids that don't go
Yeah.
to college
Oh my
because of
grandfather's
that.
Yeah, probably. Or just they go and then they're in tons of debt the rest of their
Yeah,
lives.
their whole life.
Yeah.
Double skull.
Yeah.
They're communicating.
I'm surprised she lasted this long. She's been going back and forth with them.
Yeah.
Oh no, she goes every time. She'll go now.
Look at her. Yeah.
Motoring.
Somebody doesn't like fall over or
No,
something.
she,
Oh, look at her. Oh,
Wait a minute,
little
she sees that
distraction
truck.
there.
that looks pretty good too.
Yeah, she's 2. I just figured that out. That's her sister in the car too.
Sister, that's her sister?
Yeah, she has. There's 5 of them. That's 2 of the 5 right there. In fact, one of them was just born, like I want to say, like 3 weeks ago.
Oh, I
Oh, I
thought,
just saw.
baby.
Yeah.
I just saw.
So this is that man has 2, and he has 3 others? He has 5 children?
The guy over there. Well, you can't really see him that well, but yeah, he has 5 kids. He just had his 5th.
Oh.
Hi, Aunt Joni.
I know. I hear you. All about.
I started collecting cans because I'm a walker, you know, and so I'm Route 66 in West Hampton, you know, that's where we live.
Yeah.
Well, all along the way, for a couple years, I was seeing all these cans. I said, why don't I pick up the cans? I mean, first of all, for the environment, and secondly, hey. So I started, I was collecting sometimes 90 cents on a walk, so they were paying me to walk. So now I've just been like, if I see them around, I pick them up, and I've saved in a little passbook savings. My grandkids said to me, Nemo, what is that? I said, that's called a passbook savings. They're like cool. So this is old fashioned, but in over a year, I've saved just from cans $500. And then, you know, I put my pocket change in too. But so it's a little joke between Danny and I. You know, he's collecting them right now. He's walking around taking them. So he's as nuts as I am. We're just, old people have to do stuff to keep them busy, right, Eddie?
Right.
Hey, we'll see you this week.
See ya.
We'll take you out to lunch someday.
Do that.
Beth
Give
and
me
I.
a
I'll
call
set up a date
because
with her.
usually
I
lunch.
know you're very
I
busy
pretty well,
with Ma.
I usually fear for myself for lunch.
I know.
She gets uptight about is supper. Because I made it Saturday. I fixed supper for us.
You did.
Yeah, so she made this supper,
Go to Mills.
and she says, "I really can't taste anything."
Oh, gee.
Ma.
On,
She never worries.
on Joan. Saturday, Grandma asked me to run down to Stop and Shop to pick up
Oh, geez.
tablets for her.
That's so
Yeah.
funny.
I'm like, okay, sure. And so while I was gone, she called the store like 3 times, worried if I was going to come back.
Did? Oh, that's
Yeah,
so
it was
cute.
so
yeah,
funny.
I know.
I'm like,
I take her to the grocery store. I know how.
well, the store is like, I mean, I was at the store during the day, and like, so like my dad's at the store. Like, I guess, yeah, I don't know why she didn't call me. Like, why? I think she has my number. I think I gave her my number. I don't know why she didn't call me.
The fact that she's calling a cell phone bothers her. I think.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Older people.
Yeah,
And she's worried that somehow her phone is like
Yeah.
weird. She
Yeah.
thinks that everything doesn't work. You know?
yeah.
Everything works fine.
Like she's always afraid that like the company's gonna shut off her electricity or something like weird like that.
Yeah, I know.
We probably won't be wearing anything in 97 though.
Well, I think just like in like 3 weeks or so, I think my grandma will have outlived your mother.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
She'll be 90.
Yeah, she's still 97. It's just like
Oh, she'll be 98.
well, she's not 99 yet, but his mother passed away at 97, and so she's reaching the 97 and some odd months that his mother was when she passed away. So she'll have been longer lived. She turns 98 in March.
And she's amazing.
She's still doing good.
She was in a nursing home. She could
Yeah.
walk, whatever.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
She's still. I think she has as good a chance as any 97-year-old to make it to the big 100. Yeah.
I always said that. I always said that she'd make it to 100.
I'll bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have. You can bet we'll have you'll be invited for that when that happens. Yeah.
I'll be
Yeah.
big dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really hope that actually happens.
I do.
Yeah.
All right, we got a rock and roll.
All right. Yeah. I think my sister wants to.